Hello and good afternoon. Joe Justice here, coming to you live here September 11th, 2023. It's 2023. It's been 22 years since September 11th. It's crazy to think about. But I am not going to talk too much about that today. I'm going to stay in my lane, and we are going to discuss marketing and business development because I am the Kanawha Valley Hustler, and you are listening to the Kanawha Valley Hustlers podcast. I want to remind you, coming up here real soon, it's next week, September 19th, is my inoculation against agency BS or Savvy Marketing Spin presentation. That's going to be with Up Next Charlie West, and I want to let you guys know that the registration for that needs to be done by the end of the week because they've got to get a head count so they can order all the lunches and everything. You do not have to be a member of Up Next Charlie West to be part of that. That is free and open to or it is available to the public, and you just have to pay for your lunch. And give them a call. Check out the link. I've got it right there in the comments, and you can come be part of that. And I hope that you do. It's going to be a great presentation. It's for anybody that runs a business or is responsible for ad spends that's not sure if you're getting return on your ad spend. This will help you understand that. So I want to thank you for listening today. As I come to you today, we are going to talk a topic that is really popular, but it's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, so we're going to dive right into it, and that is branding. Now, why is branding a pet peeve of mine? The thing is about branding is it's not really that complicated. It's not a very complicated subject, but a lot of people think that there is more to it than it really is. Now, it is true that there's a lot of things that are tied up in branding. When it comes to things like colors, when it comes to, certain shapes, geometric patterns, stuff like that, it's absolutely true that they have meaning, they have significance, symbols, so forth. But the problem that I see with branding when people get into a big discussion about branding and they kind of get obsessed about branding is the idea that they're going to get direct sales results based around their branding, and that's not how it works. Branding is kind of your company's identity in a way for prospects and for customers to identify who you are and what you're presenting. But nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to see your logo and start reaching for their wallet and start looking for dollar bills to give to you because they think you've got the most amazing logo they've ever seen. And that seems to be what I run into a lot when people talk about branding. They think that it's some kind of a magic bullet, some kind of special power. That gets back into that whole magic ad syndrome thing that I talk about all the time, which is the idea that you're going to do this one thing. So you're going to change your logo and you're going to get all kinds of business. You're going to go from having green to red, and all of a sudden people are going to, your products could go flying off the shelf. You're going to change your mission statement, release a new mission statement, and everything's just going to blow up. You're going to sponsor the high school little league game or whatever, and all of a sudden you're just going to get people, breaking your door down, trying to buy your stuff. That's not how branding works. So let's talk a little bit about branding. What is branding? What does it mean? Let's dive into that so that we understand. So branding is just the way that you present your company, your identity that you're presenting to the public. And really all it needs to be is consistent, and it needs to make sense with your brand, with your values, with your ideals, and what you're presenting to the public. So what's your vision? What's your mission? What are you trying to do that's different or unique? Who are you trying to serve? How are you serving those people? What problems are you addressing? Those are all part of your brand. That's your brand identity. That's who you are. That's what you do. That's everything about you. Now, you notice in all of that, when I was talking about branding just now, I didn't mention your colors. I didn't mention what your logo looked like. I didn't mention any of that kind of stuff. That stuff is very important, and it does fit in, but it fits in the same way that everything connects together. Same thing with sounds. If you do any kind of audio-based advertising, TV, radio, nowadays with podcasting, any of those kinds of things, sounds that are associated with your brand, all of those things, the main thing that they have to be is consistent. You have to apply them consistently. And this is where, again, where people make this mistake. They make this mistake in that branding sells. Branding does not sell. You will not sell products with branding. You will not make money with branding. You can have the coolest logo in the world and nobody is going to buy your product because your logo is good. Now, if you have a logo and you consistently present it on all of your, you have flyers, you have a website, you have television ads, you have LinkedIn ads, you have Facebook ads, you have business cards, you have all of these different things that you're presenting out to the public, and they've always got your logo, they've always got consistent colors, they've always, it's very clear, you can tell what it is. If it's a logo for your local gym, if it's a logo for a gym and it's, of a barbell, you know what it is, it all makes sense to you. If it's a logo, but it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest with you. That's the crazy thing that people don't understand. If you've got a local gym and your logo is of a puppy dog, you can make that work. You can absolutely make that work with all the messaging and everything. That logo is not going to make or break you. In the same way, sponsoring things like community outreach, community events. Let's say if you're sponsoring the local little league team, if you're sponsoring, the high school play, if you're sponsoring, those types of things, school board meetings or things like that. You're getting your logo out there. Do not expect to get direct returns on that type of thing. That is branding. That is putting your message out there into the pool of other messages that are out there that your prospects are looking at. But there's no way that you're going to sponsor the Little League team for $1,000 and then the next day, you're going to get $2,000 in sales. That's not how branding works, okay? You're going to sponsor that team. You're going to be friends, you're going to be friends with the other people on the team. They're going to see your logo. They're going to associate it with community outreach. It's going to build up good feelings. It's going to build up community pride, those types of things. And as people see that logo, they see it around town, and then they combine that with your messaging, with your identity. If you're the local, going back to the gym example, if you're like a hardcore, basement style, concrete weight, like, tough guy type of gym, and you're, sponsoring, basket weaving classes, that's inconsistent. So in that way, that type of branding isn't going to work out for you. But either way, you're not going to get direct sales results from it. So you do want to synchronize your branding. And that, again, that's the entire umbrella of everything. That's how what you do, how you do it, who you serve. And yes, it is your colors and it is your logo and it is all these other things as well. But it's not this kind of two-dimensional idea. That branding is a long process. It's a connected process. It's a consistent process. It's done day in and day out. You're associating what you want to present out to the world, what group you want to reach, what you're trying to say to them, what your message is, what your fundamental beliefs are, and then you want to associate those with the colors and the sounds and the overall imagery, the overall artistic design of your logo and how you're presenting yourself and your messaging. All that stuff needs to be consistent, and it needs to be consistent with your outreach. If you're, that hardcore gym and you're, the toughest guys in the world go to my gym and then you use, profanity in your advertising, that'll probably work out just fine. That's brand consistent. But if you're trying to be like a gym that's, reaching out and being the nice guy and, come on in and we won't be mean to you, but you're using profanity, that's probably not going to work. You're attracting the wrong type of audience. So what all that means is get over this overthinking idea. What I run into a whole lot is people use branding as a type of procrastination. They think that they got to get their brand exactly right. They have to get the perfect logo. They have to get the perfect colors. They have to get the perfect everything. Everything, the website's got to be perfect. The flyers have to be perfect. And they use this as a form of procrastination rather than just moving forward with what they have and actually getting their brand out into the market, adapting to market forces, changing, updating, and getting out there. So don't let branding be a form of procrastination for you. Come up with some solid ideas, be consistent, put things together in a consistent way so that when you're presenting your business brand out to the public, that they understand who you are, what you represent, what you do, and associate those with your colors, with your sounds, with your logo, all that kind of stuff. And your branding will work out. There's no magic. There's no special formula. There's no way that you're going to get, a logo that's got rounded edges is going to automatically make you $100 more a month. It's just forget any of that kind of direct response ideas when it comes to branding. When it comes to branding, it's a long-term process. It's going to take time, and you are not going to get a direct return on it. Keep that in mind. Be consistent and keep it up. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of this. I'm not going to be talking about this very much because, just kind of went through it. I don't see it as super important, but I do have some other fundamental things that I'm going to be talking about at Up Next Charlie West. I've got the link in the comments. That's going to be next week. So please, 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 please like, share, subscribe, send that link out to everybody that you know, anybody that you know that is looking to understand if they're making any money on their advertising spends and how to do it. That's the inoculation from Agency BS or the Savvy Marketing Spin presentation that I'm going to be doing there with Up Next Charlie West. You do not have to be a member of Up Next Charlie West to join. You can join it and just use the link, and it's got a phone number you can call and register. And I hope to see you there. Have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you all next week or Wednesday. All right, bye for now.